There's two ways to enjoy things. You either are watching it for fun or enjoyment, or you're watching it with the critical eye, trying to pick whatever you're watching apart. And that is why I believe that there's a massive difference between what critics say and what audiences say. Because one is a critic eye. One, you're going through trying to pick everything apart. The people watching it aren't actually enjoying it either. They're not watching it for fun or enjoyment. So automatically I'd say that makes you enjoy something a lot less when you go into watching something because you're trying to do a job. To me, that means you're always going to dislike it more than somebody who's just like watching it for fun. And a plus onto that is if your job is specifically trying to pick it apart and find all of the parts that are wrong with it. That's why I think that critics hate shows a lot more than audiences, because they're a lot more critical on it. Now, that doesn't really translate when it comes to really bad stuff getting good scores by critics. That just means they have no taste. But a lot of the time when they give a lower score than what the audience thinks, it's because the audience is watching it for fun. They're not in it trying to find the faults with the movie or show. They're just trying to enjoy it, because that's what you should do when you're watching a movie or show. You shouldn't be trying to pick it apart. You should be trying to enjoy it. And there's a big difference between actually picking something apart and looking for every little thing that's wrong with something, like one of those everything wrong with videos, versus when you're just trying to watch the show for fun, but the problems with the show keep sticking out like a sore thumb. You're not even looking for it, but like problems with pacing or character writing or, just random stuff happening that doesn't make any sense just jumps out at you, then that means the show is genuinely bad. If you are watching it for enjoyment and you still cannot enjoy it, to me that's what makes a piece of media genuinely bad. Because you can't enjoy it in any capacity. You can't enjoy it in an intellectual capacity, you can't enjoy it in like a really tight formatted story capacity, and you can't even enjoy it for fun. To me, that's what really makes a terrible, terrible story. When nobody can enjoy it in any capacity, not just when a critic dislikes it, because oftentimes there's nothing good enough for a critic. And that doesn't mean that the critic is wrong, because a lot of shows and movies are really bad today, but you definitely aren't going to enjoy it. You might be right, but you're not going to enjoy it. You could be right about every little single thing that's wrong with the show, and everybody else that likes the show can agree with you, but all you really did, unless you're doing it professionally, if you go and watch a movie and you come out with all these little details that are wrong with it, is that everybody else who liked the movie will agree with you, but they were actually trying to enjoy the movie, so you just end up getting less out of a movie when you go into it trying to nitpick it, because you'll come out and everybody else will have the same opinion on what was wrong with the movie. You'll just come out of it without the actual enjoyment of watching the movie. So that's why I'd say, unless it's your job to critique something and nitpick it, you probably should go into any show or movie giving it the benefit of the doubt that you will enjoy it, and try your best to enjoy it. And if you still can't enjoy it, then that means whatever you're watching genuinely sucked.